Hi people, it's me Anja, my pronouns all she and her, and welcome back to my channel for a new video. The first book on this list is called And Santi Will Heal. This story is a YA contemporary following a young, non-binary main character who discovers that the cute new waiter at their family's restaurant is an undocumented immigrant, which I think is so relevant and so timely, especially now, and I think this book is excellent. I think it's so well written, so emotional, so educational. The characters feel like real people. I love the gay romance so much. It's so adorable, so well paced. They have real chemistry, and I just really enjoyed it so much. The plot is excellent. The writing is so beautiful and so poetic. I already had high expectations prior to reading this book when I read it in 2023 because of the author's reputation, and this book definitely lived up to the hype. I think it's excellent. I think it's emotional. I think it's awesome. It's one of the best books that I've ever read. Honestly, I think it's so good. So anyway, with that said, I would definitely highly recommend it. The next book on this list is called Shut Up, This Is Serious. This story is a YA contemporary following a young Latina main character who is navigating breaking generational cycles, chosen family, and friendships. This story is absolutely so fantastic and it's so good. I love a good, solid coming-of-age story, which is why the synopsis is rather vague, but I think this story is so good and it's so underrated. It's definitely one of the more underrated books that I read last year, which I know doesn't really say much since the majority of the books I read aren't super popular anyway. But anyway, this book was so good. The characters are so well developed and so distinct. I love stories that are about breaking generational cycles. I think that being afraid that you're going to end up like your parent is such a real feel to have. You know what I mean? Like, this book is so good. The characters feel like real teenagers, like real people. The plot is so engaging and so intriguing. I love the friendships so much. This book is excellent and it's so good and it deserves so much more hype. So anyway, with that said, I would definitely highly recommend it. The next book on this list is called Queerceañera. This story is a YA contemporary following a gay Mexican main character who is fake dating his childhood crush at his own coming out party. This story is so good. If there's anything that I love more than fake dating, it's queer fake dating, because obviously every trope is so much better when it's gay. I have no evidence for that, and I will not be elaborating, but you guys all know that. If you read gay books at all, if you're new to my channel, hello. I read gay books all the time because I am an ally, and you should too, regardless of your sexual orientation. I think everyone should read gay books. If you're not reading gay books, why not? Get on board. Anyway, I digress. This book is excellent. It's so lighthearted. It's so much fun. The characters are so well developed and so distinct. The romance is adorable. I love fake dating, like I mentioned before, because it gives me a sense of predictability when it comes to the romance that is already so well paced. Like, I love seeing their chemistry before the characters necessarily do. I don't know if that makes any sense, because technically every single romantic trope is formulaic in itself. Anyway, I digress. I love the family dynamics, the friendships, the queerness. This book is excellent. So with that said, I would definitely highly recommend it. The next book on this list is called Sincerely Sicily. This story is a middle-aged contemporary following a young Black Panamanian main character as she navigates her identity while facing ignorance. This story is absolutely so excellent and it's so well done. I love books, especially middle-grade books that center on intersectionality and racial identity and what it means to be proud in yourself when people are questioning who you are, because there are so many young people out there who can probably relate and resonate with Sicily as a main character. I know when I was growing up, I didn't fully understand my own racial identity, and I wish that books like this existed when I was younger. And maybe they did exist, absolutely, but I couldn't find them necessarily. I don't know if that makes any sense, but anyway, this isn't about me. This book is excellent and it's so good. I loved the characters, the plot, the family dynamics, the conversations, the writing. It's so well done, it's so timely, and so excellent. I think this book is really good, and the characters truly feel like real people, like real young people. I love reading stories like this, obviously, like I just said. So anyway, with that said, I would definitely highly, highly recommend it. The next book on this list is called Ophelia After All. This story is a YA contemporary following a young queer Cuban main character who's navigating her identity, her friendships, and queerness. This story is absolutely so excellent and it's so well done. I remember when this book first came out and I absolutely loved it. It made me cry 4 different times and I couldn't stop talking about it because it's truly so excellent, so poetic, so awesome, so lyrical. I love the writing so much. This book is such a strong, solid debut. The characters feel like real teenagers. I love the diversity of the cast. I love the friendships. The queer romance is so cute and it's so well paced. And I truly love it so much. The plot is engaging and so intriguing. I love this book so, so much because I truly think it's excellent. Like, she set the bar for herself very, very high as an author. This book is so good and I truly love it so, so much. I think it deserves all of its hype and so much more. So anyway, with that said, I would definitely highly, highly recommend it. The next book on this list is called Breathe and Count Back from 10. This story is a YA contemporary following a young Peruvian American main character who is navigating her hip dysplasia, body autonomy, and her first real boyfriend. I think this book is absolutely so excellent and it's so well done. As a disabled person of color myself, I loved the disability representation as well as the POC representation. I think the majority of books that I read with disabled main characters, the main character is white, so I just loved seeing a story that tackled like intersectionality of identity. I think this story is excellent, but even aside from the representation, the characters themselves individually are so well developed and so distinct. I love the family dynamics, I love the friendships, the romance is so cute and it's so well paced. This book is absolutely so underrated and it deserves so much more hype. It is absolutely excellent and I just really, really enjoyed it from the beginning to the end. This book deserves so much more hype because I think that everything about it is so well written, so poetic, so excellent, so brilliant. So anyway, with that said, I would definitely highly, highly recommend it. The next book on this list is called An Appetite for Miracles. This story is a YA contemporary following 2 Mexican-American teenagers who must heal the pain from their past, and that is why they are currently bonding together over food and music. This story is absolutely so fantastic and it's so good. It's a coming-of-age story, hence the really vague synopsis, and it's absolutely excellent. First of all, the free verse format is so lyrical and so poetic. The characters really come to life so well. When I was younger, I was a little bit more hesitant about reading free verse stories because I thought that that would mean that the story itself is too abstract. And sometimes, don't get me wrong, it was. But this book is so good and it's so excellent. I can really imagine the characters as I'm reading as real people, if that makes any sense. And their romantic dynamic is so good. The plot is so excellent and it's so well done. This book is, again, so underrated and it deserves so much more hype because I just really, really enjoyed it from the beginning to the end. So anyway, with that said, I would definitely highly, highly recommend it. The last book on this list, and certainly not the least, is called Ultraviolet. This story is a middle-aged contemporary following a young Mexican main character as he is navigating hormones, consent, and puberty in middle school. This story is absolutely so excellent and it's so well done. Again, it's a coming-of-age story set in free verse, and I think it's excellent. I think it's so poetic. It's definitely one of my favorite middle-grade stories that I read last year, which I know may not say much since I'm overusing the word favorite, and I do read a lot of really great, awesome books in one year. But anyway, this book is so good. It is so excellent. I just really, really enjoyed it so much. I love reading about young people, young teenagers, young boys, young girls, young non-binary people in general. I digress. This book is excellent. The characters feel like real people, like real young people. I love it. The subjects and the topics talked about were handled so well. I love the friendships. I love the family dynamics. This book is excellent. And I also really appreciated how it talked about toxic masculinity and how that's taught and the culture surrounding all of that. I don't know if that makes any sense at all. Basically, this book is excellent and it's brilliant and you should read it. So anyway, with that said, I would definitely highly, highly recommend it. So in conclusion, I hope that this video helps diversify your bookshelf. I haven't done a video focused on Latine books in a really long time, just because I've realized recently that, first of all, whenever I'm making a book recommendation video, the books that I'm recommending, I have rated in the past 4 stars or higher, because if I rated a book 3 stars, then I'm not going to recommend it to you because it's mostly mid. You know what I mean? And second of all, the majority of POC representation that I tend to read tends to be Asian or Black, which is definitely my bad, and I need to definitely be better and be more intentional when it comes from reading from more diverse authors, especially since, like, that's my reputation and all. You know what I mean? Anyway, I would never want to be a performative ally, if that makes any sense. So basically, if you enjoy this video, please don't hesitate to give it a big thumbs up. Comment down below the total emoji if you made it all the way to the end of the video. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to my channel if you're new. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye!